We get into topic number one of the conversation. And the first of these, of this conglomerate, or of the segment within segment of topics here, you got Christian Harris. Alabama sophomore linebacker Christian Harris got hurt on the first defensive play of the game for the Tide against Arkansas on last week. Harris came down on his left shoulder. He favored that shoulder walking off the field. He was checked out in the medical tent, was then escorted to the locker room, did not return to action, did not return to the game. And, of course, afterwards, Coach Saban didn't sound all that chipper when he talked about the potential MRI that was going to be done there on Harris. And, of course, U.S. fans highly concerned. Would Alabama have Christian Harris for the SEC title game? Is everything going to be okay with Harris? You know, he's our best linebacker, best defensive player, leading the team in tackles with 64, if I'm not mistaken. A guy that is a semifinalist for the Butkus Award, really having a strong year. Would Alabama have Christian Harris for the matchup against Florida? And discussing with sources, close people I know from within the program, I was told that Harris would not need surgery on his left shoulder. He would be fine. He's okay. Probably just a stinger or a very deep bruise, and he would more than likely be set to go for the SEC championship game. And of course, Coach Saban, hours after I got the information from my sources, he basically confirmed that Christian Harris okay, shoulder, not as bad as what people thought that it looked like, will not need surgery, does have a chance to play this week against Florida, as the team will be monitoring him throughout this week of practice. So good news there for Christian Harris. He's fine. He's okay. Shoulder injury not as bad is what people originally thought it would be, or thought it was, when he, got hurt and had to be taken off the field there against the Razorbacks. But even with the happiness we all have that Christian Harris is okay, and we are definitely happy, Jaylen Moody showed me something against Arkansas. Jaylen Moody showed me something. This young man can flat out play. And stepping in, emerging, being that next man up and replacing Christian Harris, Jaylen Moody, the junior out of Conway, South Carolina. We're talking about 7 tackles, shared the team lead, had a forced fumble, had a fumble recovery, shared a tackle for loss. The brother was all over the field. And I understand a lot of people say, Steven, calm down. It's just Arkansas. Don't put no stock in that. Don't put no buy in that. It's just Arkansas. Let me tell you something right now. Arkansas lost 3, prior to the Alabama game, Arkansas lost 3 games by combined 7 points. It lost to LSU by 3, it lost to Missouri by 2, it lost to Auburn by 2. Imagine if those games would have been flipped differently. Arkansas is 6-3 instead of 3-6 entering the Bama game, and Coach Sam Pittman is up for Coach of the Year honors. That is how much he has changed the culture of that program in 1 year after it had crashed and burned under Chad Morris. And when you look at this matchup, it was 11 a.m., it was an early morning kickoff, cold field, 39 degrees, wet field, bad climate, crazy atmosphere. Of course, Alabama had to get back in time to graduate its 11 student athletes in terms of the football program, with so many things going on here, and you're playing against a fast ball team at the Razorbacks. They go fast, they go quick, they use tempo, they want to get to the edge. They have 2 athletic quarterbacks in Felipe Franks and KJ Jefferson. You had to have a linebacker that had lateral quickness, speed, explosiveness, thumping ability, all of these things. And Jaylen Moody displayed all of those things on the field in replacement of Christian Harris. What I saw from Moody is a guy that can flat out play. He can run the sidelines. He's got lateral quickness. He can bring the boomstick. He can hit. He can force fumbles. He can create some plays. And it just felt like with him out there, Alabama did not miss a beat defensively. Coach Saban was proud of him. Fidarian Mathis, Brian Robinson proud. Everybody on the team was excited for what Moody was able to do. And while, of course, we all want to see Alabama with their primary guy on the field at that weak side linebacker position, that's one Christian Harris. But if I was Coach Saban, I wouldn't be against doing this. I would not be against maybe starting Jaylen Moody, rewarding him, starting Jaylen Moody, and then spot play Christian Harris. Get him some experience in this game, give him some tread in this game, but don't play him a lot just due to you want to have him really good for the college football playoff. So if Alabama is able to beat Florida this week, which I believe it will do so. So to me, I wouldn't mind having Jaylen Moody get the start and then spot playing Christian Harris because of the success Moody had. Went out there and played a big-time ball game. But the big thing here, Bama Nation, is this right here. The matchup with the Razorbacks. This was the pass rush everybody thought that Alabama was going to have the entire year. This was the pass rush in the summer, in fall camp, that we all thought Alabama was going to have the entire year. 8 sacks against Arkansas, 10 tackles for loss. I mean, Christian Barmore was acting a monkey out there. He is being dominant at the right time. Byron Young played well. This was the best game DJ Dale has had all year. The likes of Tim Smith played well. Will Anderson, Christopher Allen, everybody that Alabama rotated in that game along that defensive front got after Felipe Franks, got after KJ Jefferson. The pass rush from this group was spot on that entire game. And to be honest with you, since the Georgia game, starting with the Georgia game to right now, so basically the last 7 games of this regular season, look at what this defense has done with the pass rush leading the way here. So in the last 7 games, Alabama defense has given up a combined 77 points. 77 points. That's an average of 11 points per game. Average of 11 a game here. It's got 15 shutout quarters of football, including a complete game shutout of Mississippi State. We're looking at 22 sacks by this pass rush, 22, with the likes of Christian Barmore having 6, Christopher Allen having 6, and Will Anderson having 5. We're talking 47 tackles for loss for this group. We're looking at 15 turnovers, 15 forced turnovers for this group, and we're looking at 3 defensive touchdowns. All of these coming from the Georgia game to this very moment. The pass rush is hitting, it's peaking, it's being dominant at the right time. We all kind of thought this would be the pass rush that would have been for the whole season for Alabama, but it's hitting right now at the right time. And after the loss Florida took at the hands of LSU on last week, I don't know what possessed Marco Wilson to throw that darn shoe. I don't know what possessed him to do that. But the loss that Florida took to LSU on last week at home in the Swamp, LSU got the win 37-34. Florida could not beat an LSU defense that wasn't even healthy. LSU did not have Cordell Flott at corner. It did not have Derek Stingley at corner. So not a healthy LSU defense and an LSU team in general that is beneath a shell of itself. And still, Kyle Trask had 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, a lost fumble, a pick 6 against an LSU defense that was not even healthy. Alabama took on a healthy LSU defense, and Mac Jones shredded it for 385 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, no turnovers. So if Kyle Trask and the Gators could not handle an LSU team that is a shell beneath the shell of itself, how is it going to handle Barmore and Tim Smith and DJ Dale and Fidarian Mathis and Byron Young and Christopher Allen and Will, and all these guys? How can Florida's offensive line handle this bombardment of a pass rush that's about to come at it on Saturday at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta? That is beyond me. But got the update there on Christian Harris. Jaylen Moody stepped up big time, and this Bama pass rush peaking, dominating at the right time. Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in Alabama football content, subscribe here. and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.